Hi Nathan, hope you had a great day today. I hope you got to go outside and play in the snow and enjoy your time. So because I didn't come down to Jackson, we're going to do a video lesson, and I don't have a copy of the sonatina that you are working on here at home with me. So we'll have to make a copy of it, but I think you understand how to practice that and to practice it slowly. So continue to work on that. In the meantime, let's talk about some of the technical things you can be working on. And I'm going to turn the iPad towards my keyboard so you can see what I'm doing. So you were working on the E minor scale, and I will definitely hear you play the E minor next week at lessons. So while we're working on minor scales, I did the natural form of E minor. There are 3 minor forms for every minor scale. So the E natural minor is just like the G major scale. If you remember, E and G are related to one another. Every minor scale has a major scale that goes with it. The major scale is a minor third or a whole step and a half step above the minor key. So E is the minor, G is the major key. If you talk about the natural form has all the same notes that the major scale does. The harmonic form raises the 7th note. So I went E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D sharp, E. That's where we get that oriental sound in music from. And then the last form is the melodic form of the scale. We raise the 6th and 7th note going up, so E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D sharp, E, and then we lower them coming down. So you can try practicing all 3 forms of the E minor scale, and then we're going to move to the next minor scale, which will be B minor, because D major has 2 sharps. We go to the minor scale that is related to that major key. B natural minor uses the same notes found in the D major scale. B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B are the pitches you will use. Your right hand fingers just like a C major scale. The left hand is where it becomes different. I'm starting with finger 4 on B, B, C sharp, D, E, 4 to F sharp. So this week, work on the natural form of the B minor scale, and then the B minor arpeggio, B, D, F sharp. You can do cross-handed, and then I believe we've been doing hands together. Using fingers 5, 3, and 1. Can you also write out the B minor scale in your manuscript book or on your practice sheet? And I want you to do the whole and half steps in the scale and then write the note names on the staff. So you can continue on in your sight reading book, and then with your Christmas music. I don't have copies of those here at home either. But in your lesson book, we were up to page 39. You were working on March Slav by Tchaikovsky. And so let's talk a little bit about this. This one has the A harmonic minor scale. There's that oriental sound again. It also has the triplets and the eighth notes. So I'm going to play the rhythm for the first line in the left hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 triplet, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's very important that you feel the triplet in one beat. Triplet, triplet, 1 and okay? And then your eighth notes, I'm skipping to measure 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4 and 1. Triplet, 3, 4. As you practice, I want you to count very carefully. And I also want you to work on the dynamics. This piece goes from being soft all the way to fortissimo. And we need to hear those dynamic changes in this piece. You can also go to cool walkin' bass. So we have a straight bass line. At the beginning of the piece, moderate swing. So how do we swing it? Or jazzy, 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 jazz would be how a swing bass sounds, okay? Start by practicing just it as written. Now, what key is this piece written in, and what flat do we always have to remember with this piece? Take a good look at your key signature and pay close attention to that. I'm going to skip over in your music to measure 10, and I'm going to move the iPad up so you can see a little bit, okay? So, let's see. Let me adjust it a little bit more, okay? So here I'm in measure 10 in your music. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4. So I want you to pay very close attention to the rhythm. Measure 10, 1 and 2 and 3, 4. That beat 3 is tied from the and of beat 2. And then the next measure, 11, 1 and 2, 3, 4. You got to pick your hand up and put finger 4 on C in measure 12. And then there's that kind of blues sound at the end with the flat for E flat, okay? I don't think you should have too much trouble with this piece, Nathan. Then we get over to Joshua Fit the Battle of Jericho on page 42. This one, the biggest trick is going to be fingering. And so you need to practice that fingering for the right hand very carefully, and then the rhythm. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2 and. You cannot rush on your quarter notes, so make sure that you count right from the very beginning. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, okay? And then we have lots of ledger lines in the bass clef. And I'd like for you to practice reading those also. In addition, as I told Noah in his video, and let me move this back so you can see me, you can practice the rhythms that are in the packet of papers in the beginning of your notebook for the SAT. You can practice all the melody playbacks. You can play them, then have Noah play them for you and see if you can play them back. Practice playing intervals up and down. You can use C and G as your tonic notes. So C up a fifth, or C up a second, G up a fourth, G up a sixth, that way, okay? All of that is very, very beneficial. And then in your sight reading book, continue with the next unit. If you have any problems with anything, just circle it and we'll continue from there when I see you next Monday. You can keep working on memorizing the San Francisco Morning, and then mostly spend your practice energies. First review your Christmas pieces, and then spend your practice energies working on your sonatina. Okay, that's probably the toughest piece that you have right now. I hope I get to see you next Monday. Hope we don't have any snow. Feel free to have your mom call me or email me if you have any questions. And I look forward to talking to you soon. I will type this up and send it to your mom. Bye, Nathan.